If you're waiting to buy the perfect home, this week's data may show you why that strategy could cost you. Happy Friday. Brian Manning here with the weekly update. Let's get right to it. So much to talk about this week. So first, we had oil prices dropping below $90 a barrel this week. That's right, we saw oil hit $87 a barrel on renewed optimism over the situation in Iran, so we have to wait and see what happens. Mortgage rates improved this week because of that. We saw loan programs increasing, depending on the program, anywhere from 1/4 to 0.5% lower rate, which is exciting. Also, the Federal Reserve's favorite gauge of inflation, that's the PCE, came in better than feared. Actually, on a monthly basis, there's a core rate and a headline rate. So the headline rate came up 0.4%. The core rate, though, was up 0.2%. On an annualized basis, that's not so bad. That really gave the bond market kind of a sigh of relief, and it was really good to see that as far as the inflation news was concerned this week. Also, more news this week was year-over-year inflation. The headline number, the PCE did move up higher, came up at 3.8%, but the core item, which removes volatile items like food and energy, was at 3.3%. This is still above the 2% target. This definitely means that the Federal Reserve is not going to be cutting rates anytime soon. Then the economy showed some signs of slowing. We got the first quarter GDP. This was actually revised down from 2% down to 1.6%. And when we look at core goods, that was actually down to 1.1% if we remove items like aircraft purchases and defense. Then we got new home sales. So new home sales came in at 622,000. This was a 6% decline on a month-over-month basis, 11% year-over-year. But if we look at the 3 and the 6 month average right now, this is flat. So it just shows that housing is flat. The housing market is not collapsing right now like a lot of you would really be led to think if you watch the news. So the bottom line is this: waiting for the perfect conditions right now might feel safe, but if home prices keep moving higher in the future, it could be the most expensive decision a buyer would make this year. Rates are moving lower. We're going to see a settlement of this conflict in Iran at some point in time. Oil prices will eventually come down. Inflationary pressures will ease. Mortgage rates will move lower, and this will have a positive impact on housing. So if you're thinking about buying a house, right now is the time. I'm around all weekend. If you have any questions, we're available 7 days a week, 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. Agents, we're running this luncheon right now. Just sell, just list, just win. We got a couple more coming up before we're going to retire this content and move into something else. Also, next Friday, we got a webinar, how to deal with buyer complacency. Make sure you register. It's going to be a great one. We'd love to see you there. Happy Friday. Have a great day.